One of the things that I love is that two films idea of your life, and there's like two stories you can tell. One that is safe and full of regret, and one that is risky and full of pride and joy.
First off, thanks so much, Gavin. I don't think I've ever heard so much information in 20 minutes. I was a little bit nervous before coming up here, but after hearing your speech, I'm feeling super inspired. So before I kind of tell you what I do, I thought I'd just show you. So I made a clip.
Then the director's way of filming nature and telling stories
have taught me who's in control of my life, and it's me.
To make me stop and think about the people and places in this world.
And that shows me how beautiful it actually is.
Dan shows us two sides of the exact same thing. And that tells us how our perception of how we see the world can actually change the world.
After seeing one of Dan's films, I want to go outside with my camera.
Without you, I wouldn't have got my first film commission.
They make me not only want to make a positive change in my world, but a positive change in the world of others around me.
That's what Dan the director taught me, and for that I'm grateful.
They're a big inspiration to us young filmmakers.
His positivity and his creativity have inspired me to get a matching pineapple tattoo with him.
So thank you, Dan. Thank you for making the world a better place.
I'm Dan Mace. I have a positive persona called Dan the Director, who looks at the world from a different angle. A fresh, creative one. Dan the Director is not me. He's simply the best parts of me combined and made into a colourful film in hope to inspire you to be more you. A director that'll add all kinds of elements to your film. What do you want? Explosions? Inspiring romance? Extreme sport? Action? Or real life without throwing in puppies pointlessly for clickbait? I want to tell your story, but only if you believe your brand is authentic and beneficial to all people, and not invasive, nor strategically trying to personify some insignificant object, attach money to it, and make people believe they need to buy it in order to be happy.
I don't care too much for money, money can't buy me love.
Then I want to be on your team. I believe in telling real stories and making people happy. My form of art is capturing the happiness formula and sharing it with the world around me. I want to continue telling honest and inspiring stories all around the world, and I want to meet every single person that is keen to jump on board with me. Therefore, help me by sharing this film so that I can tell the stories you want to hear and see all over the internet. Thank you for watching this film made possible by the guys at Ground Glass. Read the description below for all information about how this film was made, as well as the people involved. Check you guys soon for the launch of my latest Hump of Happiness series. Cool. Thank you. Okay, awesome. So, good morning everybody. I'm Dan Mace. I'm a film director from
the beautiful city of Cape Town, South Africa. I'm going to be dedicating these next 20 minutes or 15 minutes now to the importance of keeping it real as a young creative in the 21st century. When I was your guys' age, around, that's me over there, 15, I got accepted into a private school where I came from a less privileged background to everybody else, people that I started to, people that became my friends, and I really wanted to fit in, and I tried to fulfill this role of wanting to be cool. And I kind of feel at the beginning of my teens, that's when my values really started to change as a teenager. My sister, my twin sister on the right-hand side over there, she's an extreme academic, and she kind of went into school and she had the friends and the people because she had the brains, and I always felt that I didn't have the brains. So I kind of became this instigator, naughty kid that was so different to the kid that I was growing up. And now I'm kind of find myself on this journey to try and become that guy again, that pure youngster, So, oh shit, sorry, wrong one. Sorry, I just lost my way here a bit. Being a teenager, I just wanted to be cool and fit in, and the more I moved away from my core values, the more lost I felt. I kind of felt, that I need to prove myself, and I kind of created these unachievable goals. I just wanted to be rich. I wanted to live in this big mansion, drive fast cars. I wanted to hook up with pretty girls, because that's what I thought was cool. I believed in things that to me now seem so pointless. And it's okay, because these were confusing times for me, and I think it's okay to be confused. As a teenager, you should use this confusion to fuel your curiosity. Essentially, being a teenager is about figuring out what it is, who it is you are. What do you want out of life, and ask questions. Don't be scared to. My mom used to say to me, this is what I used to look like, and my mom used to say to me, you're going to look back at these photos, you dye your hair, and have this mop on your head, and you're going to be like, what the hell was I thinking? And I look at this now, and I think, jeepers, I look like such an idiot. But at the same time, that's what shaped me into the person that I am today, and be proud of these things. Don't be scared to experiment and kind of just go out there and try and be who you are, later I realized, it wasn't just my insecurities that were kind of shaping me into this person that I wasn't, but it's also the media. It's difficult because the media is telling us consistently that, we are not thin enough, we're not cool enough, we don't have enough Instagram followers, we're not showing enough skin on our Instagram photos to get the likes that we need to be happy. And that's a scary thing, because the media is not just kind of telling us who we should be, but at the same time, it's kind of makes us understand that anything good and anything that we own in our life, and anything that we love and it's going to be taken away from us. It's eventually going to die. It's going to fade, because impermanence is actually quite a real thing, and that's a scary thing, because we live in the day and we say, what, I want to live for this moment right now. I want to. Sorry, I've missed a slide, but because as the media is trying to shape us as these consumers to purchase now, to try and to act now, to purchase more, to understand that impermanence is real. So we want to act in the moment, and because we understand this impermanence subconsciously, we want to be present, and we want to live in the moment, and we kind of say, okay, cool, I'm going to be here now. And that's a very important thing. But at the same time, I don't think that a lot of us are sitting here and we're saying, I am truly present, because most of us are sitting in a present moment saying, what would make this moment better? I want to live in this day, and I want this day to be the best day ever. And I kind of, if only it was sunny outside right now, if only Thomas was here and not at Juliet's party, if only I was drinking a chocolate milk or listening to this guy speaking in front of all of us about some deep topic that probably doesn't even make sense right now. But, it's about not having to ask those questions. And I go to bed at night and I've got a really fast brain, and I think to myself what's the point of life, and why am I here, and what am I doing? And I start to freak out, and I think to myself, just calm down, go into a happy space, and kind of see yourself where you can be calm. And that's when I see myself holding my camera. And it's in that space and time that I'm holding my camera that I'm surrounded by these elements that I can't control. The universe is kind of throwing all these things at me. It might be raining, and I'm surrounded by people that I might not like, and I have to capture this moment for the best of the moment that it is. And it's in that point in time that I'm actually truly present, because I'm not questioning the moment, I'm not questioning what would make it better, but rather capturing it for the way that it was given to me and sharing it with the world around me. And that's essentially what, for me, answers the question, why filmmaking? Because filmmaking actually puts me in a present moment in time. And, okay, I think this is another clip. So yeah, basically it's taken me, I've been making films since I was 16 years old. I'm 26 now, which might seem really old for you guys, but I actually feel really young, okay? When you get 26, you'll be like, geez, that guy was actually young, okay? But so yeah, basically it's taken me 10 years to kind of put that feeling into words, because if I had to ask any of you, like, who wants to be a filmmaker here? Any hands? You, why? Why would you like to be a filmmaker? Exactly, it's a feeling, right? So filmmaking and art and creativity is a feeling. You can't really, I get so irritated when people say, why filmmaking? You want to be like, look at what I just said, and someone would be so bored if I had to pitch that to them in the shopping center or whatever. But it's a feeling that you have to, it takes years and years to try and kind of put that into words, because it's such a personal journey. And so basically, yeah, moving on, that's just my background. I hope I don't run over time, yeah. But yeah, basically, that's what, actually, who here runs a YouTube channel, just out of curiosity? So you run a YouTube channel, we've got one person in the whole room, 2 people, 3 people, okay, awesome. Because I think the issue is, with running a YouTube channel and being a young filmmaker that understands all the elements of the filmmaking process, you think that your films are little and smaller and less valuable than those big TV commercials that you see, or big block budgets. But making a YouTube channel is at the same level, regardless about the budget that you use to make your films. Like, I came back from Cannes Line, where I won 2 silver awards for films that were just made for my YouTube channel, low budget films that were made for my YouTube channel. And I believe these films won not because of their aesthetic value, but because they're real, they're believable films. And making a real film does not mean that it has to be honest or based on the truth, which both of these films are, but it's more about that they have to be believable. And that's the whole point of keeping it real, because you can't make something believable if you don't truly understand it yet. And as a creative, you can't move past these steps and say, like, whoa, I want to make a film about, the genocide, because you don't understand it. You can't live through that and actually create a believable product. And this film that I'm going to show you now was one film that I'm really proud of, because it was a moment that I kind of realized that, where I saw a young boy dancing in Johannesburg, an impoverished boy was dancing at the robots, and I wrote a poem about his life and the way how he uses the negatives in his space to kind of fuel his ability to dance in the silence for cause. And this film's called Gift, and I'd just like to play it for you quickly. It's 3 minutes.
Orange. Red. I'm lucky if I get 25 seconds. But it's not about the time. It's about the silence. I'm Gift. Your standard. No real home. No parents. No school. Surrounded by hate. Broke and on the hustle. But with faith. Difference is, I choose to see my world differently. My screwed up world positively. Well, I try at least. Imagine you could dance to the sound of your fears. Instead of noise, tears, the chaos disappears. Poverty, something that's seen as a disability. But to me, I look at this concrete jungle society and think, surely I'm the one that's free. You will never hear the silence without the noise. Would I want to be doing something else? Never. This is my life, and I'm pretty sure I'll keep dancing forever.
Thank you. The interesting part about that film, I don't know if you picked up on it, was that the actual soundtrack, you call it diegetic noise, which is sound that happens in front of camera. So if you're filming here and I hit that, that's a diegetic sound. So we created the entire soundtrack out of diegetic noise. There was no actual music. So everything was recorded into a Zoom H4n, and then we turned it into an actual soundtrack afterwards, which is quite a process. But yeah, basically carrying on. So for me, I think creativity is the ability to believe in your perception enough so that you actually create an art form out of it to share with others around you. It's your point of contact. It's your way of being able to showcase the way you see the world. You know, if I do take all of you right now and ask you to go and film a blade of grass with a piece of dew on it, we would come back and we would all have unique shots. Everyone will have a different angle, a different sound, a length of the shot. And that's because everybody is unique. You know, we all look at things differently. And for me, creativity is not about your talent. That comes next. I think that essentially it's about believing in yourself enough. You know, who's to say that your neighbor is more entitled to share the way that they see the world? Everybody's unique, and to be unique is beautiful, and unique is different, and it's awesome. You know, we're all equally as awesome. And I think that's, for me, why creativity is such a beautiful space to explore, because it's about keeping it real. It's about, you know, change your perception to change your life. It's about the way that you see things. And you know, when you go out and you film something and you believe in it enough and you kind of create it, or you dance, or your poem, whatever you write, I would want to read that. I would want to see it the way that you look at the world, because that's beautiful. That's awesome. You know, it's you've got to keep it simple, keep it honest, keep it real, keep it close to home. Don't tackle things. Don't tackle these concepts that are way bigger than you right now. Keep it small. You know, if you go and film a rock concert, go take people through your journey. If you want to be a filmmaker, you know, I used to film trance parties, which are like really hectic, like music things, because that was my only entry point into the industry. I would charge 2,000 rand, which is about £2. You know, in those days, you know, but that was, you know, I found this way of kind of taking my camera and being like, you know, this is the way that I see it, and I believed in it enough by going, you know what, I'm going to have the confidence to show someone else. And it's like standing naked in front of a crowd each time you show your work. I'm sure you feel the same, because you're so attached to it, and you go, you know, you can diss me for everything that I'm showcasing here, because that's how close you feel about your art. And you know, if you really believe it, you're going to be confident in showing it. And even if someone says, you know, you got haters, Gavin was so right there by saying, you know, I go and I read the comments on YouTube sometimes, and people say things like so off topic because they're just trolls. They're not even speaking about the film itself. They'll speak about like Obama and Trump supporters and all weird things. I've never made a Trump film in my life, but the thing is that you don't read into that. You know, you can read the comments if you believe in your work enough, but don't let it affect you. And yeah, that's basically comes to the end of my speech. But I'd like to play you my latest music video, which I think you'll all relate to. And yeah, thank you.